right, Fly Peeps, part 2 of the 3-part series, Killing It with Your Keynote. So when I was first getting started, I was talking to my mentors, right? Mentors, plural. I was looking at the top 3% of the speaking industry. Why? Because they were where I aspired to be. It wasn't the blind leading the blind. I wasn't talking to my other peers, hey, let's figure it out together. No, I looked at proven, successful models, right? And one of my mentors was W. Mitchell. And he said, how do you make them money, save them money, or save them time? He said corporations, associations, any workforce, any audience only wants to know those 3 things. How do you make them money, save them money, or save them time? So when you are looking at creating the structure of your keynote, make sure that it is centered, because again, this is the keynote, not speak to sell. How are you making the money, saving the money, or saving them time with the lessons from your story, right? The experiences, make a point, tell a story, the experience that leads to an application. How can they use it as soon as they walk out the door? Because I'll be honest with you, the turning point for my keynote career was when I learned how to make it relevant to the audience, to that person, that individual sitting in the audience. When at first, people would come up and say, oh my gosh, that's so inspiring. Thank you. Your story's amazing. I'm going to tell my daughter. I'm going to tell my husband. Whatever. Okay, it was okay. But the magic happened when a decision maker or just an individual in the audience that wasn't a decision maker that would take it back to the decision maker said, oh my gosh, that was amazing. How much do you charge? We want to bring you to our organization, our conference, our association, our company. That was the key, folks. They saw how my experiences and success principles, learning points, could help their workforce, association, whatever audience it was, make money, or save time. If it's outside of that, what are you talking about? So when you're looking at the structure, you set the tone in the beginning. Right? It's like the beginning of a paragraph, setting it up. Then you're giving the body. And, 3 points, right? 3 main points, 3 main experiences, 3 takeaways. But now, honestly, with my keynote, I have those points, but there's one major takeaway. You have permission to engage. I want people to walk out the door and engage in their life, engage in their career, engage for that next promotion, engage with their spouse, engage with their kids. Depending on the audience, that's how I tailor my message. Now, I'll get into customization in part 3. But what I want you to know for this particular part on the structuring, the formula, right? Open it up, build that confidence, build that credibility, connect with them. Go and look at some of my videos on YouTube. I'm telling stories. As soon as I get up on stage, I launch into an experience or a story. And the first word out my mouth is not, hello, thank you for having me, good to be here. Don't start out with any of that, all right? Just start talking to them. I like to say, take it from a presentation to a conversation. Like when you walk in and you're talking to your buds, whether it's at somebody's apartment or the club or, wherever. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe what just happened to me, right? How do you go from presentation, you're speaking at them, to conversation? And we've all been in those presentations where it's sort of like speechy. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Do not do that. When I learned in some of my speaker training early on, the Bill Gove speech workshop, it was absolutely amazing. They said, emotions per minute. Are people, oohing, awing, gasping, surprised, sad, crying? When folks come up to me at the end, they're like, man, I cried, I laughed, I was, engaged. They were, waiting to see what happened when I shot the missile. You want people to be engaged in every moment. How do you listen to your audience? So, you take them up, you bring them down, you bring them up, you bring them down. You don't want to just stay a flat line. You don't want to just talk in a flat line. Sometimes you want to talk soft. And sometimes it needs punch. And sometimes you want it to be real. And you use those pauses because you want to let what you just said land. And this is a good one. Do not cut your audience off when they're laughing or they're clapping. Let them feel that clap. Let them have that laugh. That's how they connect with you more. So the formula, open it up, build the credibility, connect emotionally, give them the point, tell the story, and most importantly, give the application. Why does it matter? The last thing you want is for folks to walk out and say, great story, but how does it apply to me? So go back, look at your experiences, and figure out how it can apply to folks in your audience. All right? That is part 2, killing it with your keynote, and I'll see you on the other side, part 3, coming up.